Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yanni if you're new, and I'm so excited for today's video. I will be talking about all of the books that I've read so far this year, along with new books that I've recently purchased. I was in the car with Chase a few weekends ago and I saw this bookstore. It's called Half Off Books. So I had him get off the freeway and I was in there for quite some time, but I'm glad that I found it. For 2021, I had set a goal for myself, and that was to read one book a month. I used to be someone that would read all of the time, but I want to say maybe about 4 years ago, I just kind of stopped reading. So I wanted to fall back in love with it, and I'm excited to share all of these books with you guys. And leave a comment down below if you've read any of them or if you have any book suggestions, because I am always open to them. And if they're like thriller mysteries, even better. Here are all of the books that I've read so far this year, and there's 7 of them. There were a couple of months that I ended up reading 2, so I'm just going to start by reading them. The first book is How to Be Yourself, and it's a self-help book. It's about social anxiety. I kind of wish I didn't read this one first, just because I was getting back into reading, so it was kind of a slow read, and I just wasn't that into it, but it was still very helpful, so I would give this book a 4 out of 5. The next book I've mentioned in a previous video before, and it is The Silent Patient. This was such a good book. I could not stop reading. Like every second that I had, I just wanted to keep reading the book just to find out what happens. And towards the end, I did figure it out. And it's just such a great psychological thriller. Highly recommend it. 5 out of 5. So after reading The Silent Patient, I was wondering if there was going to be another book that would be able to follow that, because it was such a good book. And I ended up finding The Light in Hidden Places, and it was on Reese's Book Club. And it was such a great book. It takes place in World War II, and I definitely recommend reading this. It will make you appreciate all of the things you have, and I would give this one a 5 out of 5. The next book is Then She Was Gone. I had seen this book on so many different Instagram pages, and a lot of people were talking about how great it was, and I didn't really care for it. There were some parts that were really good, but it's not a book that I would recommend. I would give this one a 2 out of 5. The next book is a murder mystery, and it is Where the Crawdads Sing. This book was so good, I could not put it down, and they're currently filming the movie, so I cannot wait to watch that once it comes out. It was on Reese's Book Club. I highly recommend it. 5 out of 5. The next book is another thriller, and it is The Sanatorium. I am so torn on this book. I've heard a lot of good reviews about it, so I ended up buying it. It started off really, really good, but it kind of just lost me at the end, and I feel so bad saying that, because I had posted this on my story and the author had DM'd me and we were talking a little bit, and she was so sweet, and I might have to read the book again just to see if I really didn't like it, but I'm gonna have to give this one a 3.5 out of 5. To be continued. The last book I just finished reading a few days ago, and shocker, it's another thriller, and it's Before She Disappeared. This was such a fast read. It was so good. It was suspenseful. Highly recommend it. 5 out of 5. Here are all of the books that I gave 5 out of 5s, and of course this is just my opinion. If you've read any of these or are going to read them, of course you might think differently, but I will say that my favorite book so far has been Where the Crawdads Sing. Here are all of the books that I've purchased recently. Some of them might be a little bit older. That's just because they were recommended to me. So the first one is The Constant Gardener. And it says, frightening, heartbreaking, and exquisitely calibrated, The Constant Gardener is a profoundly moving story of a man ennobled by his wife's tragic murder and a magnificent exploration of the dark side of unbridled capitalism. As soon as I read that, I was just intrigued. So this was the first book that I grabbed from the half-off bookstore, and I think it was only like $4, so you can't really beat that. The next book is The Woman in the Window, and my best friend Joanna recommended it to me. It's another thriller, so I cannot wait to read it. I think it's a movie, but I haven't watched it yet. Anna Fox lives alone, a recluse in her New York City home. Unable to venture outside, she spends her days drinking wine, maybe too much, watching old movies, recalling happier times, and spying on her neighbors. Then the Russells move into the house across the way, a father, a mother, their teenage son, the perfect family. But when Anna, gazing out her window one night, sees something she shouldn't, her world begins to crumble, and its shocking secrets are laid bare. What is real? What is imagined? Who is in danger? Who is in control? In the diabolically gripping thriller, no one and nothing is what it seems. I'm excited to read it. The next book, I've heard from several people that it's really sad, and it's The Kite Runner. I've had this in my Amazon wish list for quite some time, but I ended up finding it at the half-off books. So I was very pleased I didn't have to wait for it. The next book is I'll Keep You Safe, and I was very intrigued with the cover. This one sounds pretty good too. The next book is called Otherwise Unharmed, and I'm not going to read the back because it's pretty long, but it just seemed very interesting to me, and it seems to be about a sniper, so I'm excited to read this one as well. The next book is The Good Killer, another thriller, and I'm excited to read it. The next book is Whisper Network, and I got this one at the half-off bookstore, and it's one of Reese's book club picks. I got it in the mystery thriller section, so I'm hoping that it's really good. The next book is The Survivors, and it's another thriller. It says, Kieran Elliott's life changed forever on the day a reckless mistake led to devastating consequences. The guilt that still haunts him resurfaces during a visit with his young family to the small coastal community he once called home. Kieran's parents are struggling in a town where fortunes are forged by the sea. Between them all is an absent brother, Finn. When a body is discovered on the beach, long-held secrets threaten to emerge. A sunken wreck, a missing girl, and questions that had never washed away. It just sounds so good already. The last book was on Reese's book club recommendation recently, and it is The Northern Spy, and it's another thriller. It's about sisters. I'm super close to my sister, so I cannot wait to read it. I also wanted to show you guys two of my accessories for reading, and I will start off with the reading light. This is my favorite. I bought it off of Amazon. It has 3 different settings, and what I love most about it is it doesn't have a battery, so you can always recharge it and then use it again, and you just clip it onto your book, and it's such a lifesaver. The next one is the most important, and it's my bookmark, and it's so cute. It's a wired one, and it has a heart at the end with a pink pearl, and of course my name. I will have everything linked down below, including all of the books that I mentioned today. I'm gonna close the video out here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I was thinking of doing another book segment where I'm drinking and name it Booze and Books with Yanni. Let me know down below if that's something that you guys would be interested in. I thought it'd be really fun. But please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.